What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Solana's in a very important moment right now, and I want you to watch extremely closely what happens next. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. And don't forget, my friends, if you do want to start trading some Bitcoin, Solana, SWI, and many more on all the way up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you do sign up specifically with my link down there on this page, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. Guys, this means that if you deposit, say, $3,000, they're going to give you $300 on the spot to start trading with. And if you turn that into, say, $1,000, all the profit that you make is completely yours, no strings attached. It's literally an opportunity to make some free gains during this bull market on a very good trading platform. So if you do want to go check that out, of course, again, I will leave the link to that down below. So before we talk about what's going on with Solana right now, let me give you a little bit of context as to what's been going on. So, of course, you know what we're talking about today. Now, as many of you know, we have been tracking Solana like a hawk, as its price has been breaking out of that major consolidation zone that we had been in for the majority of the year. We, of course, saw Solana pushing up through our key levels, right? 200, 220, 225, pushing all the way up towards 260 before starting to pull back a bit. Now, before this pullback started, I told you, hey, listen, Solana has a history of running into macro resistance zones and needing to backtest. And so what that means is there's a decent sized chance Solana's price starts pulling back, starts cooling down a little bit, and then tries to use that cool down to break towards the upside. So what we did is we laid out the 3 DCA zones, which are the levels where I believe Solana's price will see the bulls step in, and as the bulls do step in enough, I think eventually we will see a move and a continue to move towards $300 to $350. And so what we have been tracking over the last couple weeks has been Solana's progress adventuring through these DCA zones and kind of, looking at the different signals and things that we're getting as its price is making this move. Now, as a little bit more recently, what we've been going over is what is going on in this descending channel. You all know that descending channels are my favorite structure that there ever has been in crypto, realistically, because they are the easiest to predict. What I've come to recognize is that when you have structure of this nature, you have about an 80 to 85% chance of breaking to the top side of it. And so what that means is that oftentimes, if you can get some purchases going at the bottom side of that structure, you have a very, very high likelihood of making some gains. Of course, it's not 100%, as nothing is 100%, but a very high likelihood. So as a result of that, recently what we were able to do was buy a little bit of Solana in these last 2 pullbacks that we've seen into the green zone, both of them now being in profit. And so what we're tracking at this given point is whether or not we're going to see Solana's price being able to break through the top side of this descending channel or not. And what we are seeing right now is actually going to be very important. Solana is running into some major resistance levels right now that I want to share with you today. I want to share exactly what you need to be watching for as its price is now entering into this zone and what it could mean for Solana's price going forward. So now that you have a bit of a recap of what we've been looking at, let's forward a little bit, go a little forward and see what's happening next. Now, I will warn you, some of the stuff that we're about to get into, if you are a beginner, could get a little bit confusing, especially if you're kind of new to all of this. So if you are someone who's just new to this crypto space and you're just trying to figure all this crypto stuff out, or maybe you're on the opposite side of the spectrum and you're super advanced, but you're just trying to add more tools to your toolbox, all that I ask from you is just to stick around to the end of the video. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you guys how you can join into the Discord server, get access to all the classes, coaching sessions, and workshops that we're doing that are generating our community hundreds of percentages and gains every single day. So if you're interested in that, you want to get better at this whole crypto thing, again, all that I ask you is just to stick around until the end of the video. So now that you have a bit of a recap of what's going on, like I said, let's go into what is happening now. Well, what you can see is that Solana's price is starting to slow down a little bit, leaving a lot of investors wondering, like, okay, well, why is it slowing down a little? So let's talk about why this kind of slowdown in momentum is happening over the last day or so, because it will start to paint a pretty clear picture for you. So I think that there are 3 major reasons as to why Solana's price is slowing down a little bit right now. The very first reason is the fact that we are now running into DCA zone number 1. Remember, we laid out these 3 different DCA zones based on these liquidity levels. And so as you approach one, once you've fallen below it, you're going to see the bears start stepping in to try to force you out of this DCA zone. Because you got to remember, the bears don't want you to win. And so, of course, if we're having the possibility of re-entering into another DCA zone, working our way closer and closer towards a breakout, of course, you're going to see the bears start to step in and try to force the price downwards. The second reason that I believe this is happening is quite simply just what we're seeing on the shorter time frame. You look at something like your Bollinger Bands, and we are now seeing the 4-hour Bollinger Band starting to be interacted with, or very closely. What you can see is that Solana came all the way off the bottom of the Bollinger Band envelope, pushed up past that 20 simple moving average, and is getting incredibly close to the top side of this Bollinger Band envelope on the 4 hours. And historically speaking, as we do get closer to the top side, we will slow down. Very normal, very healthy. It's kind of what you would come to expect. And the last reason, of course, well, I guess there's 4 reasons, because there's 2 more reasons. The next reason is, of course, we're getting just closer to the top side of the descending channel. Obviously, the closer we get to the descending channel, the more resistance that there will be. The bears don't want the price to clear this level, so obviously they're going to fight to try to stop the bulls from pushing upwards. And then the very last thing, which is what I'm really going to focus on today, is the fact that we're running into our micro Fibonacci level. What you can see is that if we go from swing high to swing low, we have now seen Solana's price enter into the golden Fibonacci zone. Now, if you know anything about my channel, you know I talk about the golden Fib zone every single day. And what this means is that if Solana's price is capable of breaking the golden Fibonacci zone, usually it opens up the door for upside continuation. Oftentimes what we can look for is a move of anywhere to the 1.272 Fibonacci extension level, which is $261, or the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level at $2 or $279. And so obviously now, if Solana's price is running into all of those major points of resistance, and in addition to those, plus this golden box, of course you're going to start to expect that a cool down, a pullback is going to start to happen. This is not going to be easy. This is going to be a very difficult task for Solana, I think. I would say there's even a chance that we see Solana's price roll back a little bit, maybe come back towards the $218 level, build support on that 50% threshold, and then try to continue upwards. Not guaranteed, right? Because we didn't make a huge move before running into this, so this foundation alone could be good enough, but that is a possibility. And knowing this, what this means for me is that I'm actually not going to be doing any buying on Solana right now. I don't like the, I don't really like buying on Solana at this given point. What you guys know is that if we do go back out to Insights with Tyler, let's see, that is going to be, give me 1 second. So as you all know, Solana was the second crypto that I bought on December 9th when that big pullback did happen. And of course, on December 9th, you remember, we were right here, right? So I'm personally not rushing into any purchases because the last time I bought was down here in this green box. And the time before that was down here in the green box. So no need to rush it, in my opinion. Whereas what I would rather do personally is just sit back and allow this to play out. Can we break this golden box, and can we break the descending channel? If Solana's price gets rejected, I'm not very scared of it. I actually probably will do a little bit of accumulating because I do think Solana is going to give it a good try to break out of this descending channel. Although I'm not 100% convinced, I'm like 60 or 70% convinced that this is going to be the macro move that gets Solana out of this descending channel. Meaning that even if it does pull back a bit, that this move off the bottom is going to be the one that tries to push us to the top side here. And again, it's just a guess. It's pure speculation. It's just what my gut says. And so because of that, my thought process here is like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit on my hands and not do anything. If Solana's price starts breaking to the upside, we have the 3-step confirmation or 3-step verification that we need in order to get a secure breakout. If its price does get rejected, I'm just simply going to start accumulating a little bit more Solana, buying more and more if it goes lower and lower, expecting it to try to make another return to the top side, just like we did right here and just like we did right here. It's a very easy thing. It's very predictable. It's so simple, quite frankly. And so because of that, where we are with Sol is that this is a very important moment. This is a moment of truth in the short term. If Solana's price can break its way back up above $240, we would then be able to break out of the descending channel, clear the micro golden box, and open up the door for a push towards 250 to 270 bucks. And so what I'm going to do is sit back, wait, and watch. I'm just going to allow this to play out. And so as it does play out, of course, I will keep you updated. So stay tuned, because I would assume in the next day or two, we're going to really start to see which one of these directions Solana is going to go in, and then I'll start making a move. But the primary thing that I wanted to let you know today is, look, this is why this thing is starting to cool down. This is why it's kind of slowing down a little bit here. This is what's happening, and this is what to be on the lookout for. And the best thing to do right now, in my opinion, is just to let it play out. Sit back, wait, watch. See what happens at this golden box, because if we break it or don't break it, is really going to determine where Solana goes. In my opinion, what could not only just be a couple days, but we might be looking at a move for the next few weeks, based specifically on what happens here. So as I mentioned before, as we get a little bit more structural clarity, I'll give you an update on what's going on here. So do stay tuned for that. And of course, watch this level very, very closely. And now, as I said earlier, if you're somebody who is simply just trying to get better at this whole crypto thing, what I want you to check out is the Patreon link down below. If you check out the Patreon link down below, guys, you're going to see 2 major options: $17 a month or $5 a month. These are the costs of Netflix subscriptions, or cheaper, but what you're going to get access to is insane in terms of value, at least in my opinion. You're going to get access to my thoughts and insights, and also sometimes the things that I'm buying and selling. I told them some of the things that I was pulling profits from last night, and much more. You're going to get exclusive live shows for only Patreon members every single day, Monday through Friday, and we actually just announced a couple more shows that'll be coming on a weekly basis. You're going to get daily technical analysis on all your favorite cryptos, daily fundamental analysis on the market itself. I've hired 2 teams of professional traders that are posting their buy and sell signals every single day that they're trading, and you need to remember, these are people whose businesses and livelihoods rely on them trading well, and they're giving you their buy and sell signals every single day. We have premium classes on things like the Bollinger Bands, XRP itself, the Fibonacci's. We have beginners courses on things like leverage trading and technical analysis. I have 3 more beginners courses coming out, guys. These are 30 minutes long, 20-page presentations, vocabulary sheets, cheat sheets, all types of stuff to help you beginners really start learning how all this stuff works. And then there's Tips with Tyler, which are just these 2 to 3 minute long videos, just kind of on random things. And you can pause it right now and read this so you can see what some of the things that we made the videos on. And so all of this stuff combined are helping our community just absolutely explode in terms of growth. We've seen so many gains. I mean, look, this is just yesterday. Look at the gains that are being printed. 77, 100%, 200%, 60%, 100%. And we're again just in yesterday, 200% gainer there. 26, 90, 129. Again, all just yesterday. This isn't even 15 hours ago that all of these gains have been printed. So if you want to be someone who's learning all these lessons, developing your strategies, getting better at this crypto thing, and turning into real gains, real profit, real money during this bull market to make the most of this bull market, all that I ask again is you just go check that Patreon link down below, because it's the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper, which is crazy value in my opinion. So go check that out. Let me know what you think, and don't forget, listen, we post 6, 7, 8 videos a day on the channel here. So if you do want to stay as caught up as possible on this whole crypto thing, all that I ask from you, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.